Spider-Man No Way Home has reached $587 million globally, which is crazy. It's exceeding what I thought it was going to do for its opening weekend. And that's fine. I want this movie to do well for a lot of reasons. The biggest one is the fact that this movie gave fans everything they could want. There was no crazy marketing. There was nothing really agenda-fueled in the movie. It just gave fans a good time. And I think escapism is important. So a movie like this doing good will hopefully fuel more movies like this in the future. And don't forget, this is Sony's second movie this year that's done well, not having any kind of agenda in it. And that other one was Ghostbusters Afterlife. So now we have two movies that have just sought to entertain fans and give them what they want, and they've done well. So my hope here is that we'll get a shift back to good entertainment. That's my hope from this. Maybe I'm just being optimistic, but I do think that money is what drives these companies, and if they can make a lot of money saying, hey, well, maybe if we cut back on the agenda and the politics and just give people a good time, that they'll come back to the movie theaters. Like this was going to this movie was like going to a movie 5 years ago. It was packed. The crowd was into it. It was a good time. I'd like to see more. So I'm hoping that we get more of stuff like this. We'll see. But when you pull in $587 million globally, it's going to make a company look at it and really, okay, well, how can we get more movies like this? And I'm hoping that's what happens. Another fun fact is $587 million came without China. So China might, maybe, hey, we can look and say, all right, maybe we don't need China. Now, the real kicker, what is this movie going to make next weekend? I bet you it makes $200 million. It has no real competition. The Matrix, that's coming out. It's going to crush The Matrix. Matrix is going to be on HBO Max, and a lot of people are comparing it to The Last Jedi, like I said in my previous video, which makes me really wonder if that movie is going to be successful at all. But I think this is great. $587 million without China, as they point out here. So maybe we can get theaters to stop, or not theaters, but companies saying, oh, we've got to make sure our movie gets in China. Oh, we better take things out and edit things and censor things so we can get the movie in China. Let's stop that. It's time to change that, first off. But this is good. Maybe this will lead to less woke movies, less movies that pander to China, and we can, get Hollywood back. I would think that the shift has got to start somewhere, and maybe this is it. Because you cannot ignore that this is the third biggest domestic opening of all time at the box office, despite nonstop fear porn. In America alone, it made $253 million. So this is good stuff, and I like seeing it, particularly because this movie is everything that I've wanted since I've been on this channel. So we'll see what happens. But I've got something else. As people go out and have a good time and enjoy the movie theater together, obviously critics aren't going to like that. Cut the clapping, Spider-Man fans. You're ruining the cinema. Because, of course, you are not allowed to go out and have fun. So now, The Independent is mad that people are clapping. So, minor spoilers here. I would think that you would know about it by now. But if you're not interested in spoilers, now is the time to turn away. Okay? That's it. That's your warning. So, obviously, there were a lot of people clapping and gasping and celebrating during this movie, and that's because of, well, a lot of reasons. The biggest one, the first time people really got excited, was when Charlie Cox appeared as Peter's lawyer. That's obviously a big sign that, well, Daredevil is in the MCU now, making a lot of people happy because he was an awesome Daredevil. So a lot of people were excited about that. Just like recently on Hawkeye, which I'm caught up on now, and it's not a bad show. The first 2 episodes sucked, but I will admit it got a lot better. I'm not so far not enjoying the show. We'll see how it all plays out in the final episode, but I like that Kingpin's back. We'll see how it goes. It's not the greatest show, but it's not the worst show. Anyway, people in here having a good time during this movie, clapping, particularly like when Andrew and Toby show up. Andrew being in the movie, like when he first showed up, there were a lot of people that were going, "Oh, cool," happy, clapping. When Toby showed up, though, it was thunderous applause. And it was like that the whole time. A lot of people laughing, a lot of people having a good time. Going to this movie on opening weekend, it was what going to a movie theater used to be. And, a lot of people are having a good time, but we have people in here now a little upset that people are having a good time. Saying it ruins the movie. It ruins the movie. Comparing it to a polling booth. It can be hard to read the room when you go to the cinema. Unless people start walking out and protest, the cinema auditorium sometimes has all of the loaded discretion of a polling booth. And you don't find out who the next government's going to be until the credits start rolling. I remember going to see a preview of Moonlight at the suburban multiplex and being blown away. Only when the lights came up did everyone around me start saying how much they hated it. Idiots! But anyway, you go down here and they say, what's more, clapping throughout a film is detrimental to everyone's ability to actually focus on and escape into and therefore enjoy the film itself. No, this is what makes the film enjoyable because you're part of a collective. It's natural for humans. This is what, like, if you've ever gone to like an auditorium, like a concert or a sporting event that's really intense or a good movie. Like, these are things that really, like, hit you. There's a magic about it. And that's because, well, people are social animals. And you have that collective experience. It makes it far more enjoyable. Most people found all of the clapping and hooting and hollering during Spider-Man No Way Home enjoyable. Because that's what makes a movie. That's something it's an experience that sticks with you. You'll be able to just watch the movie at home, but this didn't stop anybody from following the movie. These are the kinds of shared experiences that make movie theaters magical. But of course, journalists are soulless creatures, soulless monsters that aren't really human. They're like some kind of subhuman. So they don't understand these kinds of joyous experiences that people understand, and they start to get bitter about it because, well, they're miserable people, and they don't want you to be happy. So anyway, I don't know. I found this funny. There's going to be a lot of salt about this movie, by the way. And this is just the beginning. Clapping, having fun. You're ruining cinema. No, you assholes are who have ruined cinema with all of your push to make everything trash. So naturally, people go to the movies and have a good time. But that's ruining cinema. No, this is saving cinema. Anyway, yeah, you need movies like this. They were called tent poles. Okay, all the little artsy movies and smaller movies. They need movies like this to keep the theater in business, so that those movies can play in there. It's to prop it up so you can have other movies in there. Okay, they're very important. You can't have that masterpiece movie without a tentpole movie. just doesn't work. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.
Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.